Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Stock and Crypto Show. My name is Mike Sir, and what a crazy market that we are having in the U.S. markets and all the markets all around the world. So let's take a look at some of the charts today, and let's see if there are some opportunities for us to take advantage of. So before we begin, as always said, disclaimer. So please make sure that any decisions that you make or anything that I discuss, you make your own independent financial decisions and consult a financial advisor before making any financial decisions. All right, so let's get started into looking at the charts. So this is the S&P 500. The U.S. markets had a really big strong rally off this bottom right here. Basically touched the 4120 level. Very strong two-day up move, consolidated yesterday, and then today we saw a little bit of a decline. So right now, if you look at the chart, the U.S. markets are still very weak. The good thing, it's managed to hold above this support level here around 4,300. So basically right here. So it has to hold. If it doesn't hold, you'll probably see some testing of the lows right here. And again, everything is going to really depend on what's going on in Russia and the Ukraine. If we can consolidate right here, my thoughts are if it can consolidate here and then break above the 4390 level and really come about to test this here. But that's probably as much as it's going to go unless it breaks through here, and then we'll target this next 4600 level. But based on the conditions, based on what I've seen so far, sentiment is very negative. So if you are looking to go long this market, just be very careful. All right, let's take a look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq has basically hit right against this resistance level right here. So again, if it can consolidate, if it can stabilize, it really has a chance to really break through here and then target this 15,200 level. But it has to really break probably around 14, I just say the high here, 14,283. If it can't, it's gonna this resistance line is going to be a very strong resistance. So that's what I'm looking at. The Dow fell about almost as much as 600 points today. You can see here basically gave up all the gains in the past 2 trading days, looking quite weak. If it can consolidate, it has a high chance to target this level here. If not, then it's going to test here. But the level that I'm looking at is 34,100. It has to really break above the highs right here to target here. All right, let's take a look at the Nikkei. The Nikkei, well, tonight when it opens, or when the Japanese market opens, probably going to gap down. It actually gapped up on Monday. So we're probably going to see some range bound between the 25,762 area and the 27,211 area. So basically within this range here. Sensex, okay, Sensex is actually acting quite strong. Let's see how it reacts later on tonight when it opens. So this is a key level here, 56,324. My guess is it's probably the U.S. market's downward weak movement today. It's going to probably bring that market down as well. So it's going to probably be in this range as well. All right, oil, man, oil's crazy. Broke above this 95.65 level, went as high as, or actually went over 10% today. So right now it's trading at 105.81. And again, it's all due to the tensions in Russia and Ukraine. Obviously, Russia is a big oil producer, and any disruptions basically is causing a lot of oil supply concerns. So that's the main reason why oil is up more than 10% today. Same thing with gold. Okay, gold, as I mentioned to you a week ago, or a few weeks ago, It broke out right at about this range right here, around 1854. Really spiked up on that Ukraine invasion, and then it went back down. And then obviously the war concerns are pretty. It looks like there's no resolution, so that's why again people are piling into gold as a safe haven. And silver finally, okay, finally with lots of conviction actually broke out right today. Okay, it's actually outperforming gold. It's up 3.59% today. So really broke out this symmetrical triangle that I've been drawing for, I mean, essentially since July of last year. US dollar again, safe haven asset, basically is right along this uptrend here. All right, let's take a look at some stocks. So a lot of the stocks obviously got hurt pretty badly with Apple. Apple's stabilizing after this big strong move, just basically staying in this range here. There's not a lot of opportunity, not a lot of movement. So we'll kind of have to see whether it can come back here or break above here. Microsoft, okay, Microsoft is an interesting one. So Microsoft is hitting right against this resistance, downward resistance line. And if you look at, and I'll zoom in a little bit, it basically went right against $300 resistance level. So if it can really break above 300, that might be a good opportunity to get in. And targeting, again, depending on how the Nasdaq does, but probably first targeting 315, and then if the whole market does recover, I mean, you can target here, but the chances of it hitting all-time highs again is probably very, very low. Now, the only thing obviously here is if you're also looking to short, you can actually look at this as a level of resistance, right? So you have a level of resistance today. If it can't break about 300, then most likely it's going to test this level 279 or possibly even test the lows here, 272. All right, Meta, as you can see, earnings disappointed. A little bit of a feeble type of recovery you can see here, and then you can see today fall through on the downside. So looking at this, the chart does not look good at all. All right, Amazon, again, probably might not even monitor Amazon. Amazon's probably going to be stuck in this range. It's actually acting quite well. It's only down 1.58% today. Same thing with Google, very, very strong. You can see it's actually acting kind of like a small mini bull flag right now, right? Strong up here, sideways. But again, if you look at the bigger picture, essentially stuck in this wide range. All right, Tesla after this big, strong move in 3 days, it's just kind of resting today. So if markets get worse, probably it's going to go down. But if markets stabilize and actually go up, it really has a chance to target this 935 level. All right, the bright point in the markets besides oil and gold is actually Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So as I was saying, it broke basically this 40,000 level. I was talking about this on Sunday. Broke yesterday with huge conviction, and mainly a lot of concerns were about the Russia monetary system. You know, there's a cash grab at the Russian banks, so people and the Russian ruble actually dropped 30% overnight yesterday. So their currency is devaluing, and Bitcoin has more of a safe haven currency is being bought. So that's the reason why the huge surge today, and same thing the past 2 days. So my target level is probably going to be 46. This is going to be a very important level. And as I said again, this is where it broke down. And then you see, again, I really like this pattern. You got a big drop, sideways, and then you kind of on a breakout here. So if it does break out 46, the next target level will be 52,000. All right, Ethereum. Ethereum was, again, something I talked about, hitting right against this downward trend line here, ready to break out, okay? Ready. just basically right there, right here, right? Actually broke above earlier today, pulled back a little bit, but if it consolidates here, look for a break above here, and you're probably, once it breaks out here, you're probably targeting 3,200, 3,300 between this area right here. All right, let's take a look at Binance Coin. Binance Coin, same thing. It is essentially trying to break out today, did, and now it's pulling back. So with conviction, what I like to see, again, consolidation and then really strength going higher. Now, if this candle closes today red, then it's another strong resistance level. So it's not out of the woods just yet, because this whole pattern is a descending triangle, which is a negative pattern. Right, you can see here low highs, lower highs, lower highs, and this is a level of support. All right, let's take a look at Solana. Solana, same thing. If you extend it all the way out here, I mean, it's trying to base. It's basing around this $80 level. Right now, it's about 98. So the longer this base is, there's a bigger chance that it's going to target here, and then if it breaks here, then it's going to go a lot higher. All right, Cardano. Cardano tested that $1 level today. Okay, broke $1. Basically, we went down 20%. This big reversal candle here, hammer, very, very strong movement yesterday. Tried to test that $1 level, a lot of rejection. Assume that there's a lot of sellers right here. So if it can consolidate here, go sideways, and then try again to go above $1, then the next target will probably be 120. So there's a 20% upside. But if you look at the overall picture, still on a downward trend. So really need to see it break this downward trend right here. Okay, that would make me feel more confident. And again, if it broke 120 here, then it really has a high chance to hit $1.60. All right, next one last one I'm going to talk about is Ripple. Okay, Ripple didn't really do too much, just basically sideways again. Until it really breaks through this downward trend line, then I'm not going to touch it at all.